What is up, YouTube land? This is Sk8-Hi. Before we get into the shoe review, go ahead and check out my Instagram, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and give me the thumbs up if you like this video at the end of the video. Now we can jump into it. Alright guys, so we already know and we've already experienced the shipping fiasco that Supreme has provided for us for week 1 drop and week 2 drop. And let's hope that it's over now. Let's hope it's over. In saying that, I finally got my package from week 2 and I'm pretty excited about it because they're shoes. And during week 2, Supreme had 2 shoe drops. They had the Supreme and Vans slip-on skull pile shoes and the Supreme Vans skull pile Sk8-Hi Pros. And judging by the title of this video, you should already know which one I copped. The Sk8-Hi Pros. Now I know you're excited to get into this shoe review, but let's get into a little history with Vans. As you can see, I'm pretty much in love with Vans. Vans is like a childhood memory for me, especially living on Guam. We had a Vans shoe store and that was my go-to. I don't remember having a Nike store or Adidas, but I do remember having a Vans store and I loved it so much. So the history of these shoes. So this shoe, the original name is called style number 38. Today we know it as the Sk8-Hi Pros or the Sk8-His. So this was actually the 3rd skate shoe that Vans had produced back in the 70s. The first one was called style number 35 and it was a lower profile skate shoe. And people loved it. People loved Vans because of the grip that it had on the bottom of the sole and the fact that you could actually walk into the Vans store with a custom fabric that you liked, that you chose, and take it to the Vans store and they would custom up a shoe for you. But as skaters were skating, problems occurred. A lot of skaters were having ankle problems and they thought the shoe needed a redesign. And Vans, being receptive to their customers, to their following, Vans responded and they came out with the 37s, which was a mid-cut shoe. And again, people loved that shoe, especially since it had more ankle support than the lows. People were still able to do their customizations by bringing in their fabrics. They still had that grippy grip on the bottom of the sole. It was an all-around good shoe. But there were still those complaints about the lack of ankle support. So the 38s were born, what we have here in my hand. And it really wasn't like a big redesign for Vans. They just made the neck of the shoe higher. They just made it to where there was a lot more support focused on the ankle. And it's cool because these 3 shoes, the 36, 37s, and the 38s, were the ones where Vans started incorporating that jazz stripe on their shoes. Once they saw that Adidas had their branding and Nike had their branding, they were like, we got to come up with something. And they came up with the jazz stripe. Now that we talked about those shoes, let's talk about the Sk8-His versus the Sk8-Hi Pros. And this is a Sk8-Hi Pro. So looking on the Vans website, if you're looking for a generic Sk8-Hi, you're looking to pay about $65. Whereas if you're looking at a Sk8-Hi Pro, you're looking to pay $70. So an extra $5 for added cushioning, better materials, a way better upper. It's just an all-around better shoe for just $5. Now, in getting the Sk8-Hi Pros, you get extra cushioning like I stated before, and this is the insole that comes with it, the Ultra Cush. And I'm not too sure if you can see it or the camera can make it out, but it says Ultra Cush on the side of the shoe. But look how thick that is. That is pretty freaking thick. Now, when you get the Sk8-His, it's pretty much just insole that's glued down. You can't really take it out. There's really no cushioning involved. Also with the Sk8-Hi Pros, the soles are improved for more durability and gripability. The uppers, they're just better quality. So the uppers on both, they both have that suede finish and canvas, but the canvas on the Sk8-Hi Pros seem to be of a better quality. So let's actually start talking about this Supreme Vans collaboration. Now, this shoe, it retailed on the Supreme website for $110. Looking on GOAT, I think it was going for about $180. StockX, about $145. So they're not doing too hot in terms of StockX. GOAT, it's doing all right. So this Sk8-Hi Pro features the skull pile on the quarter panel of the shoe. The quarter panel that is featured on the shoe is a skull pile which was made famous by Juicy J in that 3-6 Mafia video. Now, the original design of this skull pile was done up by Liquid Blue, which is a wholesale clothier. I'm not too sure where it's based, but they do a lot of wholesale for clothing, and I guess they worked out a contract with Supreme to keep producing this design, but whatever, it's on the shoe now. So the skull pile design is done up in green. Featured too on the quarter panel is that jazz note or the jazz stripe. And that jazz stripe is featured on both sides, and the design is on both sides. What is also cool about the shoe is that it has fluorescent inks on it, thus enabling the shoe to glow in the dark. And it's cool because some other pieces in this collection, the skateboard, the lows, those pieces can glow in the dark as well. Looking towards the front of the shoe, it has that suede material, and it actually goes up into the tongue. The toe box of this shoe has white stitching going around it, and it also has holes. I'm not too sure if the camera will pick it up, but that enables breathability for your foot, because again, these are made out of canvas and suede, which traps a lot of that moisture. And outside of the neck and the front of these shoes, that's pretty much it in terms of breathability. The shoelaces are done up in black and reaches all the way to the top, but they've added white shoelaces to these shoes, and some stickers if you care about them. They say Vans Off the Wall with the Supreme Box logo. Looking at the tongue of the shoe, it says Vans Off the Wall in its signature logo, and on the inside of the tongue, it says Supreme Professional Skateboard Shoe. The inner lining of the shoe is done up in, I'm not too sure if it's a pleather or an actual leather, but you can see that it looks pretty nice and it will hold well. The insole of the shoe, there's one in there, but again, I popped this one out earlier. It has the Vans logo featured in red and in that ultra cush material. The heel counter of the shoe is featured in suede, and you can actually feel a hard portion of it. I'm not too sure if it's TPU. I want to assume that it's TPU. It might be cardboard, but it's stiff enough to hold your foot up. And under that heel counter on the midsole, you'll see that striping going all the way across the shoe, and you'll see the red logo of the Off the Wall and the Supreme logo. Now, the midsole of the shoe is just done up in rubber, and it goes all the way around, but featured on the top, you'll see where the line breaks right here and the line breaks right here. It's a Duracap material. Now, if you skateboard or you've actually like worn shoes and kicked the wall or kicked objects before, what this Duracap does is it slows down the process of breaking down the front of your shoe. And especially if you're a skater, your toe is hitting that grip tape on that skateboard and sanding off the front of your shoe. It just makes this shoe last a little bit longer, that Duracap. And the last part of the shoe is the sole of the shoe. Now, we all know Vans is famous for this waffle design, and not only for the design itself, but because it's very grippy and it's always done in that gum material. So it enables you to grip something, it enables you to stop on point, it enables you to get that traction that you need. Now, in terms of fitment, when I usually get a shoe, whether it be Nike, Puma, Vans, etc., I'm usually getting a US size 9. And in getting that in this size 9, my foot feels fine. It fits perfect. I love the fitment of this shoe. In terms of comfortability, it's pretty comfortable, especially with that ultra cush. Now, I don't usually get the pro models. I actually didn't even know that was a thing until I got these shoes. Usually I'm settling for the Sk8-His. I'm usually like, why would I pay an extra $5 to get that shoe? And not knowing, and no sales associate from Vans would ever explain it to me that I'm getting more cushioning with the Sk8-Hi Pros. They would just essentially sell me whatever I wanted. But in knowing that the Sk8-Hi Pros are going to come with that extra cushioning, that better quality of canvas and suede, why wouldn't you get that? Why wouldn't you get the Sk8-Hi Pros? And why has no Vans associate ever upsold me on the Sk8-Hi Pros? Like, why are y'all letting me settle for Sk8-His? Again, I have an affinity for Vans. Vans is just a shoe that I will always love, a brand that I will always love, a band that stays true to the skate culture. Whenever other companies like divot or go off another way, Vans I know is just gonna keep on that straight path and maintain that skate lifestyle. I will always love Vans and love the quality of their shoes. So what do you think about this collaboration between Supreme and Vans, and particularly about the Sk8-Hi Pros? Do you like them? Don't like them? Would you rather me talk about the lows or the slip-on shoes? Let me know down in the comments below. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel. I'm just trying to bring you better content. And I'll check you next time. Cheers.